Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not.
All right. Very excited to have my friend Ashley Ross on the Maybe I'm Crazy podcast for Super Bowl week. Ash, I don't know if you can see, but I'm wearing my Davin shirt.
Oh, okay. So we know who you're going for.
Well, I'm not rooting for anyone. Not this year. But we'll get to my prediction in a second. But welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming on with us. You can follow Ashley at AshleyRoss3 on Instagram and AshleyRoss33 on Twitter. She is amazing. And she also has her own show, The Ashley Ross Show. So make sure you subscribe to that as well. So it's actually a better Super Bowl now that I've thought about it than I originally thought. Like I originally thought the Packers and the Chiefs was the best matchup, but now we have Tom Brady, the OG, versus Patrick Mahomes, the new wave, and I have no idea what to expect. And I honestly have never been more indifferent about what the outcome should be or will be. I hate being lukewarm about anything. But like, I don't know what to expect. What are your initial thoughts on this game?
Well, I think this is the matchup that we all wanted, and that after 2020 that we deserve a good storyline. And like this is the NFL. You have a changing of the guard, right? So you have Tom Brady. Obviously, he's kind of like the old regime, and then you have, Kansas City. They're young, they're electric, they're exciting. I think this is great, and I think it just adds to the legacy of Tom Brady. I mean, when Tom Brady went to Tampa, we knew that the Super Bowl would be in Tampa, but we're like, no team's ever been there before. Tampa hasn't been that great in forever. This is such a long shot. And then all season, it wasn't like a smooth season. I mean, they had really good moments and they had some really bad moments, but this is what Tom Brady does. He makes everybody believe that they're a winner. Like, I feel like if I spent 5 minutes with Tom Brady, I could like go be an astronaut because he just instills that much confidence in you. So I'm so excited about this matchup, and I do love me some Andy Reid too. I think he'll get the visor situation correct. I don't think he'll really need to do that in Tampa, maybe the humidity a little bit, but
I'm really fired up for it too. And you're right, there are a lot of great storylines to it. When I look at the game from a macro perspective, obviously there's a lot on the line legacy wise, because you have Tom Brady, who has been playing for 20 years. He's going to his 10th Super Bowl. He could win his 7th. He's already won more than any other player. If he wins this, because he said he wants to play till 45, but if he wins this, could you see him retiring?
I can't, just because even if he wins, I feel like he's not a John Elway. I think he's like, he wants to push himself to the limit. He's not just happy riding off into the sunset and this is comfortable. I think he wants to push this literally until he's drug off the football field. And I honestly, even though, yes, it's Tom Brady and he's the GOAT and he has all these rings, I really don't feel like a lot of pressure is on Tampa Bay, because most people, even to this day, are still discounting them out. And the Chiefs, as prolific as they are, the Chiefs have not played a consistent game. So I really think that this game is a lot more even than people think. Yes, the Chiefs can turn it on, but anybody can get caught slipping, and it's 60 minutes. So I'm excited to see how this all unfolds.
No, I agree with you. I think it's a very even game. That's why I'm saying I really don't feel strongly either way. I think that obviously the Chiefs are this high-flying, electric, exciting offense. Andy Reid coming up with all these crazy plays, and Patrick Mahomes can sidearm it and upside down it and cartwheel and throw it. And you have Tyreek Hill, and like, I get it. But I mean, what the Bucs have been doing is incredible. Like, they just keep winning. They just keep scrapping. They have a great defensive line. The Chiefs are missing 2 offensive linemen. I do think that could be a factor. But then you have the Chiefs defenses are no slouch either. Like, their defensive line is great. They get some pressure on Brady and it could be a really crazy day. So I'm with you. I think this is a very even matchup. And I don't think that he's going to retire. I think we've been trying to retire. Not me, but the media has been trying to retire Tom Brady for like 10 years now. And every year
he might be 50, still slinging it out there. I mean, he, at this point, he doesn't look bad.
No, his arm is great as it's ever been. He looks great out there. He doesn't look like Phillip Rivers. He doesn't look like Drew Brees. He looks like he still has plenty of football left to play. But we know how hard it is to make it to a Super Bowl if you're not Tom Brady. You might not be there next year. This could be one of the most poetic ways to end an unbelievable legacy career. I'm just with you. I don't think he's going to walk away, whether he wins or he loses.
I don't, but see, the thing is, I think we in the media and people, we get super hyped on the legacy. And at this point, Tom Brady is still an overachiever from the way that he came into the league. So pretty much anything he does at this point is just a cherry on top. Like for us, people don't remember, Peyton Manning falling off. They remember Peyton Manning in his glory days. And I think the same is going to be about Tom Brady. Even if he drastically, I hope he doesn't, but in the next couple of years, say he has like a downtrodden, people are going to remember the history and the legacy of what he's been. But to the game itself, like you said, I think these offenses get a lot of attention. What is interesting to me, and I actually really love a good defensive battle. I think that what is intriguing to me about Tampa is all season long, I have been coming into the season, I said, yes, I understand their offense has all these weapons and they got Gronk and, AB and all these other pieces. But defensively, if you look at their defense last year with Jameis Winston, this was a top defense. They were good. It's just Jameis was turning it over all the time. So they couldn't really do anything. So to me, Tampa's defense has come on strong in the playoffs. They're playing at a high level with confidence, and that's dangerous. So I'm excited to see it.
So a little bit away from the game, some news around the NFL this week. TJ Lang came out and said that Aaron Rodgers kind of wants to get a little revenge on the Packers. Like he was really a lot more bothered by the Jordan Love decision.
As he should be.
I agree. What do you think that Aaron Rodgers is wrong at all for what he said after the game? He's not sure if he's going to be here, which he obviously tried to clear up a little bit. But like, are you on Aaron Rodgers' side if there is a side to be picked in this Packers versus Aaron Rodgers situation?
I am team Mr. Discount Double Check. Here's why. I mean, Aaron should have kind of known that this was a possibility just of the way that they treated Brett Favre. Now, I think they gave Brett Favre way more room and a lot more respect, but they have made it very clear. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. So the Packers have made it very clear that they want to be in charge, they want to run the show, and that you are a player, and we don't really want you in a lot of these decisions, and we just want you to go out there and play. And I think with Aaron, he's looking at it like, I should have a way greater legacy than I have. Do you like him and Tom Brady are tied for NFC championships, and Tom Brady's only been in the NFC 1 year. So he's got to be looking at all this like, they draft this guy number one. They didn't get me any other receiver help. They didn't get any pieces on defense. So I think he just said, look, I'm going to throw a little bit of shade out there, cause a little, these guys know what they're doing. They know when they put a soundbite out. So I agree. Make them sweat it out a little bit.
I mean, I agree. I'm always almost always on the player's side, but in this situation, I certainly am. They never go all the way in. They're very conservative. And he deserves better than that. It's not that he doesn't have any pieces around him. Like, look, they've been in the NFC Championship game 2 years in a row, but also because they've been in the NFC Championship game 2 years in a row, be aggressive. Obviously, what you're doing is not working. It's good, but it's not good enough. So I hated the Jordan Love pick, as I'm sure we've probably talked about before. So another situation that is full of drama and could get uglier is DESHAUN Watson and the Houston Texans. Obviously, I'm 100% on DESHAUN Watson's side. He's trying to escape this cult, and we need to help him. We need to help him get out of this cult. Okay? There's some stuff going on down there. I don't like it. But what do you think about what's going on with Houston? Do you think he's going to end up being traded? Because they're saying they don't want to trade him.
They're saying that, but shout out to DESHAUN's agent and his agent represents like Mike Thomas and Jalen Ramsey. So he knows what he's doing out here.
Yeah.
So I think the thing that is really interesting about this situation is when they got him that contract, they put in a no trade clause, which basically means that they can't trade him to another team without him signing off, which is genius. Because it's not like, okay, you want to be traded and we're going to send you to, I would say the Jets, but obviously the Jets are on the table, but a team that's really not a desired destination, right? So he has to sign off wherever he goes. So to be honest, he holds all the power because I do think if it comes to it, will he play? But I think with DESHAUN, what it seems like was bothering him more than anything from all the rumblings was that they told him you're going to be included in personnel decisions. And then when these head coaching hires, which Eric Bieniemy, why he doesn't have a job, when I was thinking about this the other day, I said, how many times have the Patriot staff been in the Super Bowl and they've always had a job waiting for them when they come out? So it's not an excuse of, oh, we couldn't interview him in the postseason. New England staff is always in the postseason. So you can't give me that excuse. So I think it was a combination of the losing culture, the mismanagement. And he's like, look, I'm not going to waste my prime.
As he shouldn't. And I agree with you. I also think that it's because Jack Easterby is there, like, running things secretly. Well, not even secretly anymore, but he has been kind of secretly running things through the owner, which is just a very weird situation. I don't think he'll end up there. I do think it's going to get a little bit uglier, though, because, I mean, Houston doesn't want to trade him as they shouldn't. They're going to try and exhaust everything that they can to keep him. But listen, sometimes you just reach a breaking point where you're like, look, you done lied to me too many times.
Exactly.
I'm over you. I don't believe nothing you say.
In the words of Too Short, it's time to go.
Yeah, it used to be cute. It used to work. You used to send me some flowers and, a couple cute texts, and I would be like, all right, like, maybe you didn't mean it. But you done lied too many times now.
So what do you think, though? Because your team is in play, obviously, for these talks. I think it's kind of simmered down a little bit, but they said the Dolphins were somewhat in play. Would you like to see Watson go to the Dolphins?
I would love DeShaun Watson to the Dolphins. I would love that. And listen, I like Tua. I don't love Tua, and I didn't love his rookie season, but I also didn't love the way they handled the rookie season. I thought he should have played from day one and see everything that you have with him, get him as much experience as possible. And they kept bouncing back and forth with Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I think it not only hurt his development, it could have hurt his confidence, but also where did that get you? You didn't make the playoffs. Ryan Fitzpatrick is not the quarterback of the future, and now you really don't know what you have in Tua. So do you make an aggressive move to go get Shaun Watson and trade and give them the number?
Well, because they're there. I mean, they have a defense. They have special, like, they're right there.
All the more reason why strike now. Like, these Super Bowl windows are not open for long.
They need to get on the Rams. The Rams are like, look, sell the house, sell the car, sell the baby.
I love the way the Rams do business. I always have. Since Sean McVay has gotten there, they've been nothing but aggressive. They spend money like it's going out of style. And look, they made it to the Super Bowl. So you can say what you want about that Jared Goff contract and all the money that they spent, but they went to the Super Bowl. And if your team hasn't been in the Super Bowl in the last 4 years, I don't really want to hear from you, because there's multiple ways you can get there. Now, look, clearly they started to struggle, which is why they made the move to Matthew Stafford, which I'm just, again, like, I hate not having a really strong opinion, but
I like Stafford, though.
I've heard so much about how talented Stafford is. Certainly, Detroit Lion fans were obsessed. Sorry, Donnie. Donnie is our producer and is a Lions fan. With Matthew Stafford for a long time. He's been there for 12 years, and they've never really made any aggressive moves at that position. The fact that they don't win every single year.
But it's Detroit. They just, I can't even put all that on Stafford. I mean, the man has literally broken his back for the team. And it's the Lions, again, that's part of why we need to get Deshaun out of Houston. When you're just in such a toxic, losing environment and there's no expectation of doing better, it's like, what can you do at that point? So
no, I'm really intrigued to see what happens with Matthew Stafford, because the Rams are a better run organization. They have more talent. They have a solid, established head coach that we all think is brilliant. So now's your time. Like, you have no more excuses. You should go shine. They should be in the playoffs, winning multiple games in the playoffs. Otherwise, we have been duped. Okay. Like, that's how I feel about Matthew Stafford. Like, I'll give you I'll give you the Lions pass for this year. And I need to see what you're going to do in LA. Okay. So back to the Super Bowl before I let you go. I don't know. Have you given your prediction for the Super Bowl yet?
Yes, I'm going all in. I've been all in on Tom the GOAT Brady. I feel like these are his moments. He loves to be counted out. He loves to be underestimated. And Tampa really has no business being as good as they are right now. But that is solely because of the air and the confidence of Tom Brady. And I understand Patrick Mahomes and company, they try to back-to-back Drake, run it back tour, but They could be the dynasty next year. It's gonna be like Golden State when they lost to Cleveland that one year. It's just gonna be a little bump on the resume. They'll still be the greatest team probably that we've seen in maybe ever. But right now, it's Tampa Bay at home making even more history. What
Okay.
about you?
I'm gonna give my prediction later in the podcast,
Okay.
but I don't know. I'm so excited for this game. Again, I really don't know what to expect. I think I'm gonna lean the way that I'm gonna lean when I give my prediction later. But I hear you. These are Tom Brady's moments. This is what he does. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest. He's wild. It's crazy that he's in this game though, for real. Like I'm gonna be honest.
43 and looking good. Not looking like a struggly 43.
Listen, that sun will do you good. Okay.
The son and being appreciated. He got some appreciation finally. He was in, a relationship that, they didn't value him. They didn't see all he was bringing to the table. Now he's getting roses, he's getting cookies, he's getting foot rubs. Like he is living his best life.
He's glowing.
He is. And he got Giselle, so that helps too.
I'm having some good skincare products lying around the house. Thank you so much, Ashley. It was so good to see you. So good to talk to you. Make sure you follow her on social media at Ashley Ross 3 on Instagram, at Ashley Ross 33 on Twitter, and check out her show, the Ashley Ross Show. She is my sis. I appreciate you. Enjoy the game this weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Love you, Joy. Thanks, you guys.
Love you too.